What is up there, beautiful people, and welcome to another edition of Just Trending News. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I upload new videos. So today we're speaking everything that's related to the shutdown that is happening in South Africa. If you didn't already know, then basically South Africans are calling for a national shutdown from today, the 12th of July, up until tomorrow, the 13th of July 2021. And this is going to be happening basically in any CBD that you are located near, and it's basically a fight against unemployment, corruption, the lockdown as well, gender-based violence, and any other issues that are being affected or that citizens are being affected by currently in the country. So that is basically what the shutdown is about, and I think the shutdown is also as a result of, although people are saying this is not directly a reason for the shutdown, but I also think it's as a result of the protests that are happening in Durban. So the protests happening in Durban have been happening since the arrest of former President Jacob Zuma last week, and have actually carried on until this week. And honestly, it's been chaos all over KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban, and in other areas of KwaZulu-Natal as well, as there's been widespread, looting. There's been damages being made on the road. There have been fires started everywhere. I saw this big bomb that happened in this mall, I believe somewhere in Durban, and it's just absolute chaos in KwaZulu-Natal at the moment. And also this is starting to spiral off into other cities and other areas in South Africa as well. So everyone is basically, or most people on Twitter or all over South Africa actually, are calling for this national lockdown or shutdown to happen purely because our president keeps on, locking down the country and keeps on negatively impacting people's lives. So as a result of the current lockdown level 4 that was instigated by the president, I think last week, people haven't been able to go to work. People haven't been able to, they haven't been able to basically get a means of income, which is what is driving people, which is what is angering people, if I can call it that. So the lockdown is a direct effect of why people are calling for South Africa to be shut down, because every single time the president locks down the country, then that negatively impacts people's lives. Yes, we need to curb the spread of coronavirus, but he should have used that 500 billion that was given to him to try and put measures to control the spread of coronavirus, instead of constantly turning to implementing a lockdown in the country, which further negatively impacts people. So I think that is a major driving force of why people are calling for the country to be lockdown from today all the way up until tomorrow. And I know that there are various industries as well, or associations as well, that are actually supporting the lockdown of South Africa, such as the Taxi Association. I did read somewhere that taxis will not be operating, I believe, tomorrow as a result of the lockdown. So I think all employers throughout South Africa need to be mindful of the fact that people are not going to be able to make it to work due to the shutdown that's happening in South Africa. I think South Africans have reached a point where they're absolutely tired of the country being mismanaged at this point. I think what most people are putting emphasis on is the looting. What most people are putting emphasis on is the damaging of roads, the damaging of buildings, the bombings, the fires. But I think that, that is all as a result of people having had enough of what's currently happening in South Africa. Yes, morally speaking, ethically speaking, lawfully speaking, it is wrong to, sort of loot. It is wrong to burn down buildings, because that is in essence going to set us back. But who are we to sort of justify how people can lash out? It's very easy, as I saw when someone tweeted, to state that all of this looting and all of this stealing and this, that, and the third is going to take us a step further, and it's going to cause further unemployment. It's going to take us back. But people are hungry. As a result of the lockdown, people aren't able to buy their bare necessities. For example, if I was in a protest, I wouldn't see a need to loot a shop or to burn down a building, purely because I'm at a point in my life where I don't need to do that. I can afford myself and my life. But it's different for the majority of South Africans who do not have the same privileges that some South Africans do. So I know that it's wrong for people to be looting and destroying buildings and damaging, but I'm saying that I understand where they're coming from. So in essence, this is why people are shutting down South Africa. They're shutting down South Africa because they're just tired of everything that's happening in the country. I think for the longest time, ever since this so-called democracy was instigated, we have been, we've been taking, I think, the abuse, we've been taking the corruption, we've been taking the empty promises. But I think it's all coming to a head now, and people are just very, very, very tired of all of these empty promises and corruption and everything that's going on. And we're just calling for, or people are calling for the shutdown rather. So the government can start taking people seriously. Don't tell us about lockdown level 4 when you mismanaged, 400 billion rands worth of funds that was given to you to manage this pandemic. Had the government used that 500 billion effectively, there wouldn't need to be a lockdown level 4. I think, I'm so sorry if I'm getting a bit upset or a bit heated, but I think, I understand where people are coming from. And I'm getting upset and heated in this video because I don't understand how the government doesn't understand that. I don't understand how they can mismanage 400 billion and, use up that money and then say, oh no, the company, the healthcare system, the country, it's all in shambles. We need to instigate a lockdown level 4. That is absolutely ridiculous to me. So, it's obviously not just as a result of the lockdown why there's a shutdown in South Africa currently happening. It's gender-based violence, it's unemployment, and it's basically all as a result of the country being mismanaged by our government. But tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Will you be supporting hashtag Shutdown South Africa? Do you think it's necessary? What do you think about people looting? Please tell me what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in my next upload. Goodbye, lovelies.